What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about this Harry Potter TV show news and why I think it's a terrible idea. That may be actually very opposite of what you may think, but I'll explain my reasoning. And as always, I respect your opinion if you respect mine, just to make that kind of clear as we go through this. But the news is that this TV show, this reboot, is very, very much looking like it's going to happen. Now, it hasn't been officially confirmed. I assume eventually I'll make a video on the actual confirmation, but I think we're about as close to a confirmation as we're going to get until we get the official thing. But the news, or the rumors, depending on how you look at it, is that this reboot is going forward. It's going to be a TV show, and basically each book is going to be a season. So I guess 7 seasons, and they're going to redo Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling is attached to make sure that it basically follows the source material, but she's not going to be the showrunner. So however much, a lending of her skills and abilities she'll do, we don't know yet. I'm sure people are going to get outraged or not outraged, whatever, off of that. I'll say this. It's actually more for me, the idea of doing this again, that I'm very much opposed to. I think it's a horrible idea. I don't like it. I stand on the side that does believe that kind of recasting Harry Potter is almost impossible. I don't think you'll ever be able to see Harry in this TV show. And for it to not be Daniel Radcliffe, I don't think that's going to be right. I don't think it's going to feel right. It's not going to look right. Something about it is just going to be off. It's a personal opinion. I have seen people that have said the opposite, that, the casting doesn't really bother them. Look, when it comes to superheroes and stuff like Batman, you think of Batman, such an iconic character. I guess maybe for Harry, part of the reason is it's never happened before, right? Like with Batman, we've had so many iterations, and you can have your favorites, but it's become a character that's actually probably larger than life, where you can have these new actors jump in and bring something new to the table. So thinking about it that way, I do think it is possible. It's just, I think immediately, at least on the onset, not going to seem right. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work. Another thing is I just don't like the idea of redoing it. It hasn't been that long. Now, yes, the movies were 20 plus years ago at this point, but they ended, 2010, 2011? So 12, 13 years ago, depending on whichever year I'm thinking of is right or wrong, right? It's not been too long to completely redo it. Also, I have very little trust in them. Now, I guess HBO has done some pretty gigantic things, okay? We just got done with The Last of Us, which is a pretty solid adaptation of the games. They're capable, but they're also capable of running things into the ground, right? And I guess even if you do it right, even with JK being there, let's say, to make sure everything kind of follows the script, can you beat the movies? I guess in some ways you probably can, because it's a TV show, so multiple episodes, you can really flash. You're going to get more out of the TV show than you ever would the movies. But the budget, the magic of it, I don't know how successful it'd be. I don't know, money-wise, I don't think you'll ever be able to recreate the movies. Another thing is, why can't you just do something without Harry Potter? This is probably, I started, I guess, my arguments here, my case in point being Harry. But I would say the thing I'm strongest on, and that I believe I would say the most, is you don't need to do this. I think this is fully, in case nobody knows this is for money, right? They're panicking. They got no money. They're just throwing everything at the wall, seeing what sticks. Harry Potter, obviously, being such a big IP. You had Hogwarts Legacy just work. You've had Fantastic Beasts movies, by the way, that didn't work. And so you're saying, okay, well, what do we got? Well, Harry Potter, so much freaking money comes from this. So let's just do it again. It's been a little time, right? We can just redo it on TV and we can make a boatload of money. I just don't think you need to do that. Why can't you leave Harry Potter and make it its own thing? I mentioned Batman and stuff. Why can't it kind of be cemented in history that the Harry Potter movies, that is Harry Potter, and you don't ever need to do it again or reimagine it or change it or anything? You know what I mean? Why can't you leave that? Because guess what? Hogwarts Legacy, I thought we went through this. I thought we just did this. Hogwarts Legacy proves you don't need Harry Potter to do Wizarding World things to make it successful. Fantastic Beasts was supposed to be that, but then you had some Johnny Depp stuff. Then you had some Ezra Miller stuff. Then you had both Johnny Depp and Ezra Miller stuff. Then the movies also weren't that great. So all those things, combined, really, I think it was the wrong message. I think the idea that that maybe they think that Fantastic Beasts didn't work because it didn't have Harry Potter in it. Not true. Fantastic Beasts didn't work for a load of other reasons, not Harry Potter related. And Hogwarts Legacy just proved like 2 months ago, less than 2 months, that you can have a successful billion-plus-dollar enterprise in the wizarding world, and you don't need Harry to do it. Not to say that he's not important, but I think that kind of compounds with my argument. Leave Harry Potter, the parks, the merchandise, the movies that still, I'm sure, make money. Leave it. Make new stuff. It goes back to all the things that I've said for when it comes to remakes of these kind of like classic Disney movies that they do in live action. Leave them alone. You're bankrupt in terms of creative decisions. These people have no creativity, and so they kind of go back to the well and try to redo it. Again, there's some positives from the rumors, right? That if they're going to follow, maybe they can follow the source material better because there's plenty of stuff that they either changed or left out in the movies, right? So, yeah, I'm sure you probably could do that, but 7 seasons, budget, concerns, how much of it is actually going to work? How much of it is actually going to be good? I would not say it's a guarantee literally at all. Now, will I watch it? Well, of course I'll watch it, right? To critique it, see if they did well or not well. But I would just go back to, it's going to be weird. I don't, like, and I told this to my wife. This was like the first thing I thought of to my wife. I was like, well, when it comes to merchandise, what about like merchandise and the parks and all that stuff? Like when you go to Universal, and you go to, the Wizarding World, and it's all these, it's Daniel Radcliffe, it's Emma, it's all these people, it's them. And it's like, so are you gonna change that? How are you even gonna do that when the show comes out and you have this whole new cast? I mean, it's the same characters, but it's a new cast. Do they become like the modern? So do you have to change all the parks, all the merchandise? But again, like at the end of the day, when you think of Harry Potter, this is forward thinking, I guess. I guess this doesn't necessarily have to be true, but it's my opinion right now. When you think of Harry Potter, you're always going to think of this. You're always going to think about this kid in the background, right? That's it. You're always going to think about that. You're always going to think about the movies. In 7, 8, 9 years, when the show is wrapped up, when you think of Harry Potter, are you going to think to that show? Is that show going to be the suitable replacement for the movie? I doubt it. I guess it's possible, but modern Hollywood really is, I'm very skeptical of, for obvious reasons. I don't think they'll be able to do it, personally. So I think it's going to kind of be a disaster and a failure. Will it make money? Potentially. Will it be like popular? Potentially. But I guess failure meaning I just don't think it's going to be all that great. And maybe beyond all of that, again, going back to the well of the issue, I don't see the need. I don't see why we have to do this. Why? There was the rumor of the Hogwarts Legacy show. Just do that. I don't even like that idea because it's like, well, you're going to make a show based off the game. Again, the idea of the game is you can make your own story in the wizarding world that doesn't rely on anything. I guess maybe Hogwarts, but you can make your own story. Why would you make a show on the game? Make a new thing. Show the founders of Hogwarts. Show year 1. Show the American school. Show some other school. Do something different, but in the wizarding world as a TV show. I guarantee you, as long as it's quality, guarantee you it does well because it's how it works. But going back to the well, just drilling it again and again, when we just did this, I don't get it. We just wrapped. I mean, yes, just wrapped. There are, I guess, people that are growing up now, like my daughter, right? She just turned 9. She wasn't alive, I guess, when the Harry Potter films were coming out. I understand that, but the idea of these films, like immortal, like they're supposed to live, like these books live on forever. That's like the whole point of books is they're always around. These movies can do the same thing. The magic is kind of always, as long as they were good, the magic can still kind of be there. You don't need to redo it. So I'm very much opposed to this, but hey, I mean, they're doing their own thing. You all know I've had some strong feelings about some of the WB creative decisions, at least in the like the movie TV show department. Gaming, I'm a little more tame on them. The other side, I'm not. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're all subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.